Good morning everyone and welcome back to another episode on Fichthal the MaizePlus Experiment map. So our routine milk sale is underway, and while this is going on I do want to talk about the plan for today. And the plan is we need to get rid of the weeds, but I don't really have any means of doing so because the crop is too high to drag. Okay, so 13,700 around there for the milk. Yeah, we don't have any means of doing so because the crop is too high to drag the weeder through. So we need a sprayer, and I don't really have a sprayer, so I'm gonna have a look around and get one. And also it's forecasted to rain, so I have to check when that's supposed to happen so we can plan accordingly. Another thing is I spent way too much time loading silage into the DMR mixer. So I do want to do something about it, and there is an option to put rear weights on Merlo, which would allow us to put a bigger bucket on. So that seems like a good idea, and I think I'm gonna test it out, see how it handles the weight. And yeah, because there are some bigger buckets that go to 5,000 liters. We have 3,000 liter at the moment. But yeah, that's something needs to happen, or I need to get a wheel loader with a bigger bucket, because yeah, I was doing it for hours and hours, just loading the silage in. The other stuff is good, you know, the hay goes in one drop, water goes in one drop, mineral feed goes in one drop, so everything is, you know, very well optimized except the silage loading. That was tedious, yeah. And if you remember, we had around 140,000 liters, and I moved all that with a bucket, 3,000 liter bucket. So you can imagine it was a lot of driving and loading and stuff. Yeah, I really need to optimize that. Back on the farm now, let me check. Oh yeah, that's another thing I wanted to talk about today. Is I have downloaded another mod, which is probably online for some time, but I just now seen it. You have additional settings. It puts another tab in your escape menu, and you can turn your HUD on off. As you can see, it's off now. You can turn crosshair on off. I really like to have it off because I think it just looks better. You have fade effect. So for example, if I go in the vehicle, each time I change the camera, it makes a slight fade in effect. Yeah, I turned that off. Dialog box is on. Camera scrolling on edges. This is when you are in build mode. Auto start, you can turn this on and it will start the engine by pressing throttle. Items in the shop, you can filter them out, and blinking warnings in the middle, you can turn that off. So for immersion's sake, you could do that. For example, if you want to tip something somewhere where it's not accepted, you get notification on the screen and you can turn that off. Lighting, I leave that as is because I don't have any settings for that. Vehicle camera smoothness, now this, and player camera smoothness, this is, I think, a very good thing. So player camera smoothness, this is off. Okay, I turn and the camera turns exactly as I do it. It's kind of janky and a very sharp transition. And if we say put that to 100%, you can see the turning is a lot smoother. Even if I move my camera fast, it starts slow, goes fast, and then ends up slow, so you don't have that janky movements. I think the best is around 50%, 40%. Yeah, 50 is still a bit slow. 40 seems to be good. Yeah, this is one of the features I really like in this mod. You can have trailer HUD, which displays filling indicator above the trailer while filling. Engine start, depth of field, you can have that on or off. Camera collision adjustments. So if you have that on when you go to a wall, yeah, okay, I can do that. If you have that on, each time you go, you hit some wall or something, the camera gets in front of it. And if I turn that, where is it? It's here. If I turn that off, the camera goes through the buildings. So this is sometimes easier to use if you are doing something in the forest, for example, or near any buildings. And you can turn off wild animals, and then you can have current date time and everything in your game. So yeah, I really like this mod. Oh yeah, I wanted to check the weather, where it's supposed to start raining. So at 11, and it's only gonna be a short shower. Good. Good. Which tractor would be the best suitable for spraying? I think it's gonna be this Deutz-Fahr. Because it's not too heavy, but it's still heavy enough to handle the weight of the sprayer behind. Yeah, you can see the camera is a lot smoother when I have that setting on. Alright, so I need a front weight. I think this one's gonna be the right one for us. And I also need to get row crop tires for this tractor. At least I hope we can get it. Let me check that first. Alright, I indeed can get tires, row crop tires or care tires for this tractor. So I'm making my way to the store. And mind you, the trees are looking very beautiful this time of the year. So many colors. But another thing I wanted to talk about is the sprayer. So because I'm using Manure System Mod, we can actually use hoses to fill sprayers from IBCs. I really want to use that. So I will check and I will buy one modded sprayer. And if it doesn't work with Manure System, I'm going to go to one of the base game ones because I have checked and those do work. But yeah, sometimes you have to choose based on compatibility with other mods. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. But first let me buy the row crop tires. Customize and care wheels, yeah. So 900 for the care wheels, customize, yes, we have bought new tires for our tractor. I always thought these looked funny, but yeah. Okay, so the sprayer I was looking at is Kvernland for 26,500. You can get weed spot spraying, which is amazing because this configuration, each nozzle of the sprayer will only turn on while there are actual weeds below the nozzle. And with that, you use 90% less of herbicide, reducing costs and protecting the environment. Which sounds amazing, but it's gonna cost us 65,500. I'm not sure if I'm willing to do that, honestly. So let's go with no. And with, I think 18 is gonna be enough because we have quite tight fields. Let me buy this. And then I need a pallet of herbicide. So it doesn't really matter which one. I'm gonna take Cortiva, refillable. Nah. Okay. Bought this, and then I also need a hose that I can attach, and this is fertilizer hose. The color can remain blue. Yeah, I think blue is good. And this is the setup. Now, I think this is the out. Whoops. Aladdin had a flying carpet and we have a flying hose. You can choose who's better. Okay. Now let me try and attach this. Is it really on the other side? Probably on the other side. Attach hose, yes. Okay, so this is how the manure system works regarding the fertilizer. Okay, let me put on that sprayer and move it so I can actually attach the hose to it. Okay, and let's see, where is the fill nozzle? It's probably over here, because this has a filter on. Or maybe down there. Or maybe up here. Yeah. Well, if you don't try, you will never know. Okay, now I have driven over the hose, so it's not advisable to do that, of course. Maybe just a little bit more forward. Okay, excuse me, I need to have the crosshair on. Yeah, so can I attach it anywhere over here? Okay, it looks like I can't. Let's try on the other side. Yeah, so this is how it goes when you are trying new things and you don't know how compatible they are and how they work. Is it in the back? Okay, well, I can't find the trigger. Maybe we can fill it, but I can't find the trigger, so I'm going to go to the base game sprayer. Okay, so that end refunded us for a bit because we haven't done anything with that sprayer. And we have option of this, Mega, and we have an option of, and that's basically it. All the other ones are trailed ones, and I want to have a carried one. License plates, can I not have license plates? Doesn't matter. Take number 2. Okay. Now, let us do this. So I know for a fact that okay, it's really difficult to walk with this in hand. And this attaches here. Now we go inside and pump. Okay. Okay, this is now loading up. I'm going to get a truck and a trailer to bring the rest of the IBC and the hose back on the farm. But yeah, you can also see the floater that shows how full the sprayer is going down. Such a cool thing. Okay, let's detach the hose. And off we go. So this is quite heavy because the liquid in the sprayer is 1.2 tons. And the rest is raw weight of the tractor and the sprayer and the weight. So yeah, we are quite heavy at the moment. But our first field is calling us. And we're gonna answer. Got into the field. And let me unfold the sprayer first. I'm not sure how much is enough. I'm gonna go with the lowest spray rate possible. We have to think of the environment. Okay, yeah, this is quite wide. Awesome. Now let's see. I didn't mean to press this, I wanted this. Okay, so we can change the sprayer width. And that's pretty much it. So if you press Ctrl and Y, Z probably, yeah. You can change where the spray is going out. I'm gonna leave it at full. And let's start. So looking at the crop, I might have misjudged it. Because it looks like I still could have pulled the weeder through. But anyway, I've committed to this now. So I'm gonna do it like I'm supposed to. Come on. This is really difficult to see when you're looking at the 2D screen. I can lower this now so it doesn't go off in the wind. And time for a time lapse. So the rain has caught up with me, but luckily I only had a few more spots on the field to do. And now I am thinking of emptying out this sprayer, because as I've heard, it's not advisable to leave your herbicide in, because it can eat on your machine. It can dissolve some things. So I'm gonna get the IBC and the, what's it called, the hose loaded up, brought here, and I hope I can empty out the sprayer. I know for a fact that I can empty out the slurry tanker, but yeah, I haven't tested it with herbicide yet. So yeah, this is the next step. And of course I forgot to open the trailer. Okay. Can I open it by hand? No, I can't. It's not considered a hover. Okay, the hose is off. Let's get this machine going. And I'm going to position it so I can hook it on the hose without getting it off the trailer. And that means that this side has to be turned to the back. We are slowly getting to be fully stocked with the machines at our farm. I don't think there's much more that needs buying. Maybe a weeder of some sort that we can pull through the fields. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be okay. It's usually not advisable to load your weight behind the rear axle so that the most weight is behind, because that can make the trailer unstable and it can actually overturn your car. But we are not going far, and I think we're gonna be fine. Yeah. It's fine. Now let me try and put this hose somehow. Yeah, of course it went over. Okay, well, I will try to fit this on the trailer, maybe a truck. And we see you back at the farm. You know what I'm thinking? I might have chosen the refillable tank if I wanted to do this, so yeah, I guess I took an arrow to the knee by my own shot. Maybe if I can customize the IBC tank to be a refillable one. Let me try this. Of course, I didn't think about emptying the sprayer when I was buying the herbicide, but yeah, gonna fit barely. It's but a scratch. Yeah, I can't do anything with it. Okay. Well, next time I buy a herbicide, it's going to be a refillable one. I will still try to refill this one, but I am guessing I won't be successful. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be tricky, getting the hose out. Oh, it wasn't as tricky as I expected. Come on. This is really tedious. Now it got stuck on the car. Of course it has. Okay. Let me help on. Okay, let's see. Can I... No, I can only pump in. In that case, let me pump in everything I have and possibly we'll only have one tank left. Or we'll be just a few liters off. And in that case I can... well, at least have one full IBC and one almost full. So yeah, next time I have to remember to buy the refillable one. Okay, it took everything. Cool. So I have managed to do this without making it too difficult. Let's unload this IBC now, and I think we're ready to go. Cool. Can I store it? Yeah, okay, I have lime over here. I could store the IBC over here behind the wall. And I think I am going to do that. And it's gonna be the easiest to use our Massey Ferguson skid steer. Because this one really can turn on a dime. From now on, I'm not expecting any more field work. So I think now is going to be the time to skip some days. Maybe show you one day per month. Just so you can follow what's going on with the animals. Why is this not going in? Really? This is so big of an... what's it even called? Edge? That I can't get the steer in. I mean, please. For the love of... Yeah, okay, finally got that in. Now I need to store the hose somewhere, probably somewhere in the back so it's not in the way. Because these hoses really don't fold nicely. Yeah, you also don't want to go over the edge. Come on. This is the edge of doom. Maybe I can have the hose somewhere like this, and I need to put this out of the way. Yeah, this is probably fine. Okay, and the sprayer can go right there. I think I can fit it through the roof. Okay, so because this episode is a bit long, I'm going to be setting up the telehandler, the Merlo, for a bigger bucket next time. And this is going to be it for this episode. I hope you had fun. I'd like to thank you for watching. Take care and see you next time. Bye bye.